Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are diving into a really fascinating intersection: Hollywood filmmaking, artificial intelligence, and global cybersecurity. We're looking at a story that brings together the absolute oldest of human myths with the bleeding edge of modern tech.
So, you know Christopher Nolan, right? The director famously known for his fierce dedication to practical effects, literally crashing real planes and building massive physical sets. Well, his upcoming film, The Odyssey, set for 2026, isn't just a retelling of Homer's ancient epic. It represents a monumental shift in how stories are brought to life. He is pivoting to rely on cloud computing and artificial intelligence at a scale we've barely even begun to comprehend, and it signals a huge turning point for the entire entertainment industry.
We're embarking on a totally new cinematic voyage here. While Odysseus navigated a physical sea full of mythical dangers to find his way home, today's film industry is navigating this vast, invisible network of data. AI is now touching literally every single part of the creative workflow. Think about what this actually looks like on the ground. Automated color grading, for instance, takes this grueling process of perfectly balancing light and shadow across thousands of individual frames, which used to take teams of specialists weeks to do, and shrinks it down to just a few hours. Or take voice enhancement algorithms. They can grab a mumbled line of dialogue recorded on a super windy beach, instantly isolate the actor's vocal frequencies, and deliver studio-quality sound. No more forcing the cast into a sound booth for re-records. It's wild, and it's allowing creators to push visual boundaries without making the budget completely spiral out of control.
But with all this incredible innovation comes a pretty dark side. Masterpieces are now squarely under cyber attack.
A production of this size involves thousands of artists, sound engineers, and visual effects specialists, all working simultaneously across dozens of countries. That incredible efficiency creates a sprawling digital footprint. So we really have to ask, what actually happens when the art itself becomes the ultimate prize for a hacker? Because cybersecurity is now just as fundamental to modern filmmaking as the cameras they shoot on. We aren't just talking about leaked video files here. We're talking about highly confidential scripts, intricate visual effects, and entirely unreleased footage. Consider raw motion capture data for a second. If a hacker breaches a server and steals the foundational motion capture files for a CGI character, they aren't just stealing a scene. They are stealing months of painstaking digital choreography. To a studio, this is their crown jewel, millions of dollars of investment. To a cybercriminal, holding those raw files for ransom is a giant payday waiting to happen because they know the studio will face catastrophic delays if that data is deleted or leaked. Threat actors aren't just looking to bootleg a finished movie anymore. They want to steal intellectual property, leak unpolished content to completely derail a marketing campaign, or lock down a studio's rendering servers using ransomware. And the terrifying part is how they get in. Let's say an attacker wants to steal a film. They usually don't even bother trying to smash through the front door of the heavily guarded main studio servers. Nope. They look down the supply chain. They craft a highly targeted phishing email, send it to a tired, overworked visual effects artist working from their home computer at a small third-party vendor in another country. One wrong click from that single artist, and the attackers slide right into the main production pipeline, completely bypassing the heavy security.
And that brings us face to face with the modern digital shapeshifters, the deepfake dilemma.
Think of deepfakes as the sirens of this digital ocean. We aren't talking about a bad Photoshop job. We're talking about sophisticated machine learning models trained to generate hyper-realistic videos and voices. They perfectly mimic expressions, eye movements, and vocal cadences. Honestly, they're nearly indistinguishable from the actual living, breathing human beings they're copying. This creates a terrifying duality. The exact same algorithm that can brilliantly de-age an actor by 30 years for an emotional flashback sequence can be weaponized in devastating ways. Cybercriminals use those identical capabilities to mimic a CEO's voice perfectly over a phone call to trick an urgent wire transfer out of a finance department. They generate completely fabricated video evidence to spread misinformation and destroy reputations. Verifying what is actually real is now a top strategic priority. So, we are firmly in an era where artificial intelligence acts as a profound double-edged sword. Cybercriminals are absolutely using AI to automate aggressive attacks, but modern security operations centers are leveraging that exact same intelligence as a shield. Attackers use AI to write flawless phishing emails in any language, instantly identify weak points, and mutate malware on the fly so traditional antivirus software can't recognize it. But flip the coin. Defenders use machine learning to analyze billions of network events in milliseconds. Instead of waiting for a human to notice something weird, defensive AI spots behavioral anomalies in real time and automates the response, isolating a compromised computer before the hacker can even take their next breath.
The future of cybersecurity is quite literally AI defending against AI. We're watching a high-speed game of digital chess play out across global networks, with algorithms clashing in real time at speeds beyond human comprehension.
To survive these digital monsters, we absolutely need robust, modern defense strategies. Governments, critical infrastructure, enterprise businesses, they are all facing the exact same hostile environment as a massive Hollywood production. Let's break down this modern armor, because these strategies, they are no longer optional. First up, zero trust architecture. This essentially means trust no one, verify everything. Instead of just locking the front door, you're checking IDs at every single interior door. You need multi-factor authentication, so a stolen password isn't enough to cause a breach. You need strong data encryption, so stolen files just look like unreadable gibberish. You also must have continuous monitoring through SIM and XDR platforms. Just think of those as the all-seeing radar systems of your network. Add in tightly secured supply chains, continuous employee awareness training, and digital watermarking to combat deepfakes, and you've got a fighting chance.
The thing is, this voyage extends way beyond the entertainment industry.
Cinema has always been a sandbox for new technologies, but those innovations inevitably break out into the wider world. The exact same zero-trust architecture protecting a blockbuster script is what secures your sensitive healthcare records or your banking data. High-performance cloud computing and AI visual recognition are reshaping everything, from how a financial institution secures global transactions to how the aerospace and defense sectors protect their absolute most classified intelligence. The tools are universal, and so are the stakes. The Odyssey of 2026 isn't just a movie. It's really a profound symbol for our current moment. Surviving the digital age requires ancient virtues applied to futuristic threats. The same technologies that allow us to dream bigger and create breathtaking experiences also open up a Pandora's box of risks that we just have to manage with intelligence, resilience, and strategy. Cybersecurity is no longer just an IT issue happening in some dark basement. It's the foundational capability that protects all our shared progress. So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this final provocative thought about your own digital ecosystem. AI is pushing us into uncharted waters, filled with incredible wonders and seriously formidable dangers. Are your defenses built for the storms of tomorrow, or are you navigating this digital ocean in a leaky boat? Think about it. Thanks for joining this explainer, and we'll see you on the next one.